Welcome back. Let's continue with this project that's behind me on the bench. So in the previous video we did get this the cranking engine pulled out of this tractor. So you can check that out on the previous video. I did do a walk around about this tractor, just kind of telling the history about it. So go back and check those out. This will be the main focus today, just to get this pulled apart, see what kind of crank we have in it. Probably not going to record all of it. Seen the teardown of a previous one, but we'll hit the highlights, go from there and see what's going on with it. The engine is stuck, so there is some issues with that, but the main focus is to get the crank out. Hopefully that's salvageable to put in the one that we have a part. So I'll get you set up, we'll go from there. Yeah, this one's even worse. Yeah, that crank is worse than what I got. All right, well, here's what is down in the depths here. Does not look good. Being a little stubborn. There we go. Oof, yeah. All right, I got one cap off on the bottom there. The next thing is trying to push that piston out. We'll see if we can get one of them out. One down. Those are not good. Number 2 is all scratched up. That is tight. All right, here's the latest. I am struggling right now to get down in here to get these bolts. You can kind of see, gotta get to that bolt right there. And then there's one over here, same thing, way down in there. I can't get a wrench on them. I'm kind of in a pickle right now because it's stuck. The liners are popped out a little bit. That gave me enough room to crank around to actually get the bolts loose. So that's why they're sticking out a little bit. And clean these out, I'm hoping that we can get these to pop out now. All right, there's another one. Okay, there we go. There's another one. This one is definitely stuck. Definitely stuck on that one. Trying to put a little heater on the cylinder. Maybe let that expand. Yes, sir. We got her to move. That's a win. There we go. And like that, now we'll be able to hit the wire wheel on it. Here we go. She's been difficult on that one. Succeeded in getting this guy out. But yeah, this is this one is yeah, not any better. Here we are, got things cleaned up a little bit. I just got the oil and all that stuff off of there. I didn't do a deep clean on it, but just enough to make it easy to manage. On the block here, I do have plugs in here for the fact that the tappets are stuck in there. There's some that are rusted, some that may come out, but they're just in there right now. Have some penetrating oil on there, but that's to keep them in the respective spot if one does fall out or whatever it does, whichever ones are loose. The main focus is the crankshaft. That's why we took it apart. So this one on the main bearings is about the same condition as the other one. On the drive end, it's got about 4 thousandths wear. There is some water staining on this one, but that would be manageable to clean that up. And then on the non-drive end, or main one here, it's got a couple thousandths wear. It's pretty close to what we saw on the first one, but the rod bearings are what took the most wear here. You can see the grooves in there. Rod number 1 has about 10 thousandths wear. That's the one that's got the most wear. And then the other ones are, like I said, grooved up pretty good. If you can see the groove. So, out of luck on that part. We don't have a good crank there. The rods, this one has some wear on the side. You can see it wore kind of funny. But the rest of them have a little bit of wear. About the 1,000th wear, kind of like we saw in the other ones. These are grooved up a little bit. Pistons are good. They are stuck. I think they'd clean up and could reuse them on something else. The one piston does have a little notch taken out of it. Look like the crankshaft machined it down a little bit. That wasn't this go around, but I do believe, or I do know, that this engine was rebuilt years ago. And the reason it was rebuilt is it had some bent rods in it. Why they were bent, I don't know. But that would make sense if that rod was bent. You'd bring your piston closer to the crank and cause that wear. So I suppose to save money, they just put a set of rods in it and reused it. The liners are pretty tough shape. There's some rust in there. This one has the rust there. And then this one was broken in there. Didn't find the piece in the bottom, but they were taken out from the previous overhaul, so that could have been broke. Something happened there. The heads, valves are pretty pitted up here. Same thing with this one. Some water damage. So that's the teardown of cranking engine number 2. So with all that, I appreciate you watching, and I'll get you set up for a bulletin review. Stay tuned. All right, well, I'll get you set up for a bulletin review, and we'll go back to March of 1957. It's number 252. And on this one, it's talking about adjusting the brake pulley operating pin. This came out in 57, so I'm assuming in the model or manuals after 1957, this was probably in there on how to do it. But in my 70 manual, it doesn't talk about adjusting this. No talk about it. So it just tells you how to adjust it, why you adjust it, and what it's there for. And the next page talks about some stuff for a 40 and a 420. Tractors with directional reverse. And a new method of attaching the control rod. The reason I shared this one is it talks about the tractor hydraulic pump capacities there for Dubuque tractors and the Waterloo tractors. On this page, it's before 1957. Has all that information that might be useful for someone. And then on the next page, it's got 1957 production year for that. Then farther down, it has the tractor hydraulic remote cylinders. It's got the part numbers on the left side for your cylinder, and then just talks about, or just has the bore, stroke, and pin size. And then the right column talks about what it's used for. And even down here, they even reference some Caterpillar stuff, D2s, 4, 6, 7, or equivalent. And the last page just has some reusable coupling and bulk line hose, some stuff about that. And then a little advertisement here, just trying to push the cent acre meters will help demonstrations. Just talks about that quick. And then on this page, I just added another one because it talked about the meter here. So, hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.